show. But tell us about Knuckle Girl.
Okay, Knuckle Girl. So in this movie, she's basically a boxer, an amateur boxer, really, really good amateur boxer, and she just happens to one day she sees these knuckle dusters, they fall down, and then you don't see any more. So she boxes, she's really good, she's going to be good, she's going to go pro. Her coach is really, really up for it, and then she's got a sister. She comes from a really poor family, but she's got a sister, and her sister gets kidnapped because there's this Yakuza group that are running this illegal underground bare knuckle, you know, competition and taking loads of money on the bets. And the villain who is a proper, you know, like archetypical Japanese villain. In fact, almost comic. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Like
yep,
got
yep,
the
yep,
thing.
yep.
Well, he's raking in all the money, and he needs this blood, this golden blood that her sister's got
Yeah.
to actually encrypt all his all the money so that the other Yakuza, so there's, you know, like the boss of the Yakuza saying, oh, you know what you do, oh, you can't get it because it's this blood.
Okay, so
And
reasons.
reasons,
Knuckle
yeah,
Girl,
okay.
knuckle some people.
Yeah, knuckle girls, knuckles on people, that's exactly right, that's the story. And so she ends up sort of she picks up a couple of guys. She picks up on her way. She picks up an old boyfriend who's a terrific fighter as well. And also they find this shall we say, computer nerd who's also good at fighting. They've got that, so they can encrypt and do stuff. And so you've got this little team almost
Yep.
that they go hunting. You've got a crooked cop and a good cop, and that was quite. I liked some parts of that because of what happened to them. I won't say what, but I
Yep.
really, like my silliness. But no, that wasn't the silliness. And
Yeah, Sean's never in battle against silliness.
yeah, against silliness. So that was quite probably what would have happened in a situation like that. And as I say, you see the baddies, and then she ends up fighting she goes, right, okay, I'll fight for. Yeah, we're going to put you in with the best. This is huge monster mountain fighter that she got. And they say because he's so big, you can use your knuckle dusters, because she's brought a knuckle duster along
Yeah.
to fight him anyway. Anyway, so there's a big fight. Let's just say, yeah, okay. And so she wins, obviously, because she's gone to, by nearly would nearly be killed.
Hang
Wouldn't
on,
have taken.
are you telling us the whole thing now? Is this the end of the story you're telling
No,
us?
no, no. That's just the start, right?
Okay,
Anyway,
cool,
so
cool, cool.
and then the guy reneges on his deal, so she has to
Uh,
go through loads, and her mates help her, and there's a scene in it, like a scene from Old Boy, which I don't know if you've ever
oh,
seen
well,
Old
the
Boy,
corridor fight.
the original, the corridor fight. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
scene very similar to Old Boy, and then anyway, so it goes on like that. So that's basically the story. You can imagine what's going to go on. They're all good at fighting, and the computer dude manages to encrypt the golden blood thing, so he hasn't, he's like, oh, and then
That is because this sounds to me like a very kind of, I said the boys in the boat. You know
yeah, the
what kind of
box,
film you're
yeah,
getting.
we know what
And,
we're going to get.
and this sounds to me like one of those, like, what you're going to get. You know what you're going to get, but if done properly, that is wonderful. Like, essentially,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like, just essentially one woman army going down, mowing down everything down
yeah,
to go get her sister back
yeah.
or something like that.
That's
It's
it.
like, giving you sort of like Taken vibes or something like that, mixed up with, there was a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie called The Quest, which some of the
Which
stuff
I
was
haven't
set.
seen. I haven't seen.
Yeah, you haven't
Yeah,
seen
but
The
no, I haven't
Quest.
seen the Quest.
He actually directed it as well. I thought it was
Oh
quite
well.
good. It's like get this out. It's Jean-Claude Van Damme directing Roger Moore
Uh,
in the
Roger,
Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. Yeah,
Roger
so
Moore. Show me emotion, Roger. Come
yeah. It was that. Okay, so
on.
anyway, back to Knuckle Girl. So
Anyway,
Knuckle
back to
Girl,
Knuckle Girl.
does it do a good job of this?
It's a bit of a mixed match. It's. I really liked the way it went. I thought some of the scenes were well choreographed. I like what happened to some of the characters. The only thing I had against it was that, again, it's this thing of the punishment that some of these
Oh yes,
guys can take. They can fall
yes,
like a couple of stories and hit things on the way down and
yes.
still manage. So that was. But then it's an Asian film. It's a
It's
it's
almost kind of like a bit of a heightened reality that you take with that.
yeah. You have to. I mean, you have to accept that. Rather, and it's just like, oh, that's a lot of punish. Like when the cars, don't break down at all when they like raced 500 miles and been beaten and rolled and everything else. So yeah. So that probably was my biggest beef, is I don't think someone would be able to take as much punishment as they actually take, you know, as much damage when
Yeah.
falling over or getting punched or getting beat down, you know, because I mean, I don't know, I got punched once and I'm pretty sure I wouldn't, you know, I wouldn't manage to get up and, well,
Yes, but
I've been punched a few times, but I got punched, you know, I mean,
yeah, but
I've
Sean,
had a,
you're not a Japanese woman top
I'm
boxer.
not. That's true. So yeah. So this is pretty standard. But I thought it was a very reasonable effort. I liked what goes on. It wasn't like ridiculously over the top. It wasn't, you know, and most things were sensible, bar the the punishment that these people can take. So on the whole, I suppose I'm going to have to give this. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good. Apart from those things, so I'm going to give this a 3-star. This is for me. This will be a 3-star film. You know,
Cool.
just to watch. You know, it's a decent watch. Kill a few minutes.
I had my finger hovering over 3 for a while.
Yeah, did you really? Yeah.
As I was entering into a never-ending spreadsheet of film reviews, I had my finger hovering right over 3. I was like, this sounds like a nailed-on 3. As John was you were speaking.